Then it's trying to open. Now this is the pipeline what we created. This pipeline I'm opening, and also for quick, yeah, now you see the copy data activity, and you see there is a write mark, and also you can see succeeded. It's taken total time to copy the data almost 40 minutes, 40 seconds it is taken. And if you want to know the input and output, you can able to see the output first. If you see the output, then you can see the files written. How many files total it is written? Oh, full files, 208 files it is written. Okay, 208 files it is written. And data written also, you can see 76 GB it is. 76 GB it is. Actually, it is available in the bytes. That you convert it, then it is 76 GB it is written. Okay, and you can see the status here below. We have the one thing that is called as LakeHouse, then duration. Yeah, we can see the status, it's completed, transfer status is completed. So all things are successfully completed. Okay, and also if you want to see visualization wise, if you want to see, click on this activity name below. If you click on this, then we can notice total 76.477 GB written, and we have here 1.844 GB data read. That means at the time of closing my things, the file transfer rate, whatever available, that is the file transfer rate. Last file, whenever it is reading it, then this is what the file size it is. Now you can see here the 208 is the total files which are read, and everything is success. Where I can see these all files, right? If I go to the, let us say I'm going back to my workspace. In this workspace, this is our lakehouse. If I click on the lakehouse, if I click on the lakehouse, then we can notice yesterday we used data folder. Inside the data folder, one folder is created. Under that folder, there are CSV, then Parquet, and some tables. If you see the CSV, then this is a more volume of data is available under this one. We can go and you can see the properties. This is the folder, and this is CSV, and these are the different things it's showing. Inside this one, we have main two folders are available. Looks like that's what it's showing as two items. Sorry. Now we have here full and incremental is available. There we can see the properties. Under the full, we have here again 7 items are available, and each one we have so many folders. And major one is fact sales is the major one. Here we have the more data. Okay. Overall, we understand we copied one big zip file. We copied it, and entire data is came and it is available now inside our lakehouse. Where it is available inside our, this is our lakehouse. In this lakehouse, we have the files folder. Inside the files folder, we have data folder. In the data folder, one folder is created. Under that folder, one more folder is available. These all things are came from the zip. There are CSV and Parquet things are available. Now we need to play around the CSV and Parquet files. If you see our step 2, whatever we have it, the step 2 we are thinking about, now we have the data lake files are available. Okay, on top of file, I want to create some kind of notebook. I want to create it. Then I want to create something delta tables. I want to create it. Once delta table is available, you have the freedom to write the TSQL. By writing the TSQL, we can do the EDA, we can do it. Exploring your data, okay, and explaining to someone else also possible. Okay, exploratory data analysis, we can able to do it. Now, what is a notebook? More information I want to understand. So go and try to open this one. Here we have the get data. The get data we land First day upload files will land. Then second day we land new data flow Gen 2 will land. Then next day we land new data pipeline will land. These are the three things what we got chance to know about it by this time. Okay, I'll talk about the shortcut and streaming. I'll talk about it. Now I want to move on to the something called as here this one. This is called as notebook. In the same window we are there now. In the same window we are in the window. What window we are? What window we are? In the LakeHouse window we are.
LakeHouse window.
These three options we land. And today we are trying to learn about what you mean by notebook, what you can do inside the notebook we want to understand. Okay, let's open the material also at the same time. I'm trying to open our material. Let us go for uh, Google Chrome. Right. So let me open the material. Now we are in the fabric. Right. We are in the lakehouse chapter. The lakehouse chapter, we completed so many activities we completed. Now we are in the ingesting data we are. Okay, exercise 5. We completed yesterday this pipeline, entire pipeline we completed. We noticed this all full incremental Parquet, CSV, everything is created which are available. Now we want to prepare and transform data inside the lakehouse, whatever available. That too using one notebook technology, we want to use it. And in the notebook, we are going to write all the things. Okay. So we are seeing as open the lakehouse by clicking on it. Yes, already we are there inside the lakehouse window only we are there. You can see in the corner the lakehouse. That means we are in the lakehouse window. Okay, for better feel purpose, you can make this as maximum. I'm trying to click on a maximum. Now it is a lakehouse window. Now, second, we have to go for download the notebooks from our GitHub module 2. What it means is, let me duplicate this one. We are in the already in the module 2 only we are there. In the module 2, two notebooks I kept for you. One is called as creating the delta tables IPYNB file. IPYNB means interactive. PY means Python. NB means notebook. So interactive Python notebook files. So these are the two files which are available. We are going to use these two files, and already I written some code snippets I written. Those code snippets will understand and we'll try to move on. So these two things you need to download to your local system. Okay, how you can download is click on this create data tables. Then it's going to show you whatever code is available, those all things is going to show it. Then right side we can see there is a download raw file option is available. Click on this download raw file. Now it's downloaded. You can see create delta table. One it is created for me. Maybe in the downloads folder already this file is available. That is reason it's saying as one. For you, that one will not be coming. Okay, now second is available. The second also I want to download it. Let's go and try to download it. So second also we download it. Now these two things, these two files I want to get into the lakehouse. So if you see, let me keep this like this. Here we have option open notebook. That under this one, existing notebook is available, new notebook is available. Okay, existing notebook, if I want to open, first that should be there in our environment. If I click on the existing notebook, it's trying to open the existing notebook, right? But it is not there in my environment yet, right? Still it is available where? In my local system, not in the Azure. In the downloads folder, it is available, these two files. This downloads folder is part of my computer, right? My laptop. These two things I want to get into the lakehouse, I want to get it. To get into the lakehouse, go back to your workspace. Left side, we have the shortcuts are created to switch from one window to another window very easily. If I click on this one, this is a workspace window. I'm going to the workspace window. In the workspace window, you can see in the top, there are options called as import option. Okay, as of now, you can see we have the data flow, we have the pipeline, we have the lakehouse, we have the semantic model, we have the SQL analytics endpoint. Okay, do I have here anything called as notebook inside inside
No,
my
we don't.
No,
workspace? Inside my
no,
No.
workspace, we don't have any notebook.
no.
So just now from my GitHub, I downloaded two files because everything I have to type in the classroom means it is a bit boring job. There is a reason already we prepared and we kept for you. Those two things will understand the code, what it is doing, then we'll be executing that. Now click on this import. Then we have here option called as notebooks. You want to import it. Click on this notebook from my computer, from this computer. Click on that. Then we have here option called as upload and import notebooks from local computer. You can select multiple notebooks and import them in a batch. Okay, that's what we wanted because I have how many things? Two things I have to import, right?
Yeah.
So it allows here multiple notebooks. As a batch means in a single go we can able to do it. Let us go and try to do single go upload here. Click on upload. These two files I am looking. Let's select these two files. Then click on open. Now those two things will be imported. So now we can able to observe here two notebooks created. These are the two notebooks what created. One notebook is talking about the creating the delta tables. Second notebook is talking about the data transformations, that is business aggregates is saying. Let's try to open the delta tables. Create delta tables. So now we open create delta tables. Any notebook once you open, you need to observe the window here first. I have here something. The top we can need to notice what type of code it is by default is showing.
Spark Python.
Yeah, this py means it is a
Python.
Python, and this Python code is going to execute using the framework. That framework is called as Spark framework. Okay, this is a PySpark. Python code is running using the Spark framework. Not only PySpark, it supports other languages. Those languages are like Spark, Scala combination. That means Scala code is going to run inside the Spark. Spark SQL, that means SQL code is going to run where? In the Spark. Spark or R language code is going to run where? Inside the Spark. Pure Python you can write it. Pure Python you can write it. And you can write here pure SQL also you can write it. So inside our notebook, it supports actually 6 languages indirectly it is supporting. One is PySpark, then Spark Scala, Spark SQL, Spark R, Pure Python, and TSQL. TSQL. Now we are going for first is okay, whatever code is available here, the code is you can notice this is a PySpark code. That is the reason system automatically recognize this as a PySpark. Okay, this is a PySpark cell we are there, and each cell is showing as PySpark. Some reason if I want to write here one other notebook, I want to create it new notebook. There I want to write one cell in SQL, one cell in Python, one cell in the PySpark, one cell in the Scala Spark, one cell in the R Spark as possible. So you can write it as you like it. Okay, for a simple understanding purpose, I want to create here one fresh notebook. I want to create it. I'll come back to this window after a few minutes. Let me go back here. For example, I'm trying to click on here new item. Then just type in the corner, I want to go for some notebook. I want to create it. Let's click on the notebook. Then it's saying as creating the notebook. Now we can notice in the top notebook 1, we are creating it. In the notebook 1, suppose I'm selecting here Python, I am selecting. Then you can notice in the corner it's showing as Python, it's showing. That means what code we can write here? PySpark code or only Python code?
Only Python.
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 Only Python code. For example, I am writing here a is equal to 10, I am writing it, then I am executing it. Now we can notice it is running in the Python and a is equal to 10 we defined. That means 10 is the value we are trying to store into the A. And the system will automatically identify what is the 10 it is going to identify. If I write here type of then A, system is going to tell you it's a kind of what type of data type
String.
it is?
Integer.
Integer.
Integer. I'm trying to define some function. I'm trying to define here, let's say define function add given numbers, add given numbers, something like this function we are writing it. Then we are trying to pass here argument 1, argument 2, argument 3, some 3 arguments we taken. Then we are trying to say as return, then argument 1 whatever available plus argument 2 whatever available plus argument 3 whatever available. We are trying to create one function. In this function, I'm trying to call here, let's say 10 comma 20 comma 30, I'm passing it. Now you can see how it is the value of 10 plus 20 plus 30? 60. So this is pure Python. This is a pure Python. And also it supports the markdown language. Markdown language is a comments purpose, you can use it. For example, here what I am doing is if you keep my cursor in the top, if I keep here, we get two things. One is called as code, second is called as markdown, right? If I click on this markdown, then I can write here heading. One heading I am writing define integers. Okay, I written something, heading I written, then execute it. We are able to execute it. Then what we are trying to do here, if you keep your cursor and click on this markdown, then you can go on, you can write here, no, the data type of variable.
Variable.
Okay, then it's showing as no data type of variable, it is a integer. Here we are trying to create here one function, we are trying to create it. If
Function
you want
for
to
the
put
sum
some
of
kind, yeah, create function to some given three numbers, then we can able to write here. And now I'm trying to write here code I am writing, next cell is code, but this code I want to write here normal select statement I am writing, select star from EMP table I want to go. If I click on run, it's going to throw the error by saying what man you are writing, I'm not understanding it. Why? Because what code it is, what cell it is,
it's a Python
Python.
cell,
But
Python.
what I written here, SQL.
SQL.
So you need to change this one. If you go for here Python, okay,
SQL.
it's not allowing me to change it. Why? Hmm,
So
Interesting.
if it change at the top, what happens?
No, no, it will change. One moment.
Whole cell will change. Okay.
Okay. This may be the reason we did not add the lakehouse. First, let me add the lakehouse, then we'll try it. Okay, this is not added by default lakehouse. Looks like you can see here how many lakehouse are added.
No
Zero
Legos,
items,
sir.
no
Zero.
lakehouse. Let's go and try to add it first. Let's see. Still, it is not showing this option. Then we'll think about it. Why it is not showing it? We can go and we can add the lakehouses. Click on the lakehouses, then click on add. Then we have here existing lakehouse without schema, existing lakehouse with schema. I think we created with the schema. Then our C is demo. Demo is not there. That means we did not create it with that, like looks like. Let me go for lakehouse. Existing lakehouse without schema we might be created. Demo, yeah, this is our lakehouse. Then select it, click on add. Now lakehouse is added. Yeah, lakehouse is added. Now we want to go for add one more code cell. And see, this is no, it's not allowing. Excellent. What type of thing it is?
There is a lock there. Is it something related to that?
Where is the lock?
I mean, like on the no down. There is a
To the delete button.
Yes.
near to the recycle button on the bottom.
No. This
There's a
is
lock.
no. This is a nothing to do with this one. Actually, once we create the code, it will be locked. Accidentally, if you don't want to change something, this is a lock.
Okay.
Okay, nothing to do with that one. Maybe this notebook I picked from wrong place. I picked. Let me see. Did I pick it right place? Whenever you hit on the new item, this notebook is available in multiple places actually. From where I hated this one, get data, prepare data, analyze data is available. Okay, let me select the lakehouse properly.
So we need to add the lakehouse into the notebook.
Yeah, otherwise system will not know how to access these delta tables. We have so many lakehouses, right? From where we have to add it, system don't know. Now, yeah, now it is recognizing, looks like. Okay, so okay, now it is able to recognize it. Then you can go and you can write here a Spark SQL if you want to write here. Then go and try to write here Spark SQL. If we have a DEPT, then you can go and you can say as a load data. Load data. Then in the Spark, we are trying to say as a load data. It's written here spark.sql. Simply it's written the query also select star from this particular table, and we're able to see the data also, we're able to see it. Okay. So one cell we written here using Spark SQL. Then similarly, one cell we can write here using some other language also. Some reason previously it's not allowing me to change it. Now it is allowing me to change it. What is the error? Syntax error at near TF.
Ram, in the select statement, you have not closed, I guess. Like,
No, I did not written even. The system is written for me, right? Or syntax error near DF. It is troubling us. . This code, nothing much is there to correct also. It is simply taking the table, limiting 1000 and giving the data to us. And this code also we did not return. It's not liking spark.sql. If I write it, it is not liking. Now, pure SQL, we write it here. It's liking, it's giving the data. Okay, I'll see this one, why it is not liking the spark.sql module whenever you are writing it, right? Somehow it's not liking. Now, direct SQL we are writing here, then it is working here. Anyhow, this is something. Next we have here, let us go and try to take one more thing. Let us say, again, I am trying to say as load data, then Spark. Let me change this one as a PySpark. Okay, then let's try to run this. Then it likes the spark.sql. The cell is available as Spark SQL is expecting pure SQL we written. Now we put here PySpark, then PySpark we are able to write it. Am I clear? So each cell, what I want to say all is, each cell we have the freedom to write our own language. If I keep this as a Spark SQL, this is our regular SQL we are writing here, right? And if we keep this as a PySpark, then we're writing here, what code we are writing? PySpark code we are writing it. So we are storing into the DF and getting the data. And similarly, we have other languages also available like R language, those things also we can write it. So simple words, in the notebook, we have the freedom to write multiple languages. One cell we can write one language, another cell you can write another language, something like that. Is it clear?
Ram, so did you say it automatically writes the code for you?
Not all the codes. Basic code it will write it. All the codes it will not write it. For example, I have here EMP and DEPT is available. Both combination, if I want to do the inner join or anything, if I want to do it, it may not able to write it for you. Okay. If I want to see one particular table, then you can click here. Then you can say load data, it is going to load for you. That means using the standard syntax.
Okay.
Okay. But by default, it is writing the code is the PySpark code, it is writing it.
Okay.
But somehow if it cell is available as a Spark SQL, the PySpark code, we have to correct it. That's what our error was. It was throwing earlier. It's not up to mark like that, right? It's not liking the Spark.SQL. It's not liking it. Whenever the cell is available, Spark SQL, it's expecting pure SQL. It is expecting.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Further, if you want to extend this one, even this is not required because already we are default lakehouse is this is the lakehouse. We are in this lakehouse only, so there is no need to put here lakehouse name in front before the table name. Directly we can write simple select star from EMP, something like this. Further, you want to write here some extend this code. If you want to do it, you can go and you can do the extending of the code from the EMP table. Whatever we have the DEPT number is equal to from the DEPT table, whatever we have the DEPT number. Okay, we are joining these two things. And I want to get here two columns only. I want to get it, let's say D name and E name, then salary. So D name and E name is available. E name and salary is available in one table. D name is available in another table. MBDPT unresolved column with suggestions. Okay, why it is unresolved? Okay, it looks like here we change the name column names here. Let's try to provide those column names. So DPT, then we have here DPT number. Okay, and this is DPT name. I think remaining things are same. Let's go and try to execute it. We're able to see the data. So all I want to say is we have the notebook. Inside the notebook, we can write the code. Mostly we'll write the SQL code, or we are going to write here second code that is called as PySpark code. Though it has a support of R language, we will not write it. Though we have support of Scala code, we will not write it. These two things, if you have the knowledge, that is enough. That means one is called as SQL, second is called as Python. Though it supports remaining things, we won't use it. Okay, some projects maybe they will write only Scala code, they will write. For them, it may be useful, not for us. Okay, now we understand how to use the basic notebook, how to use it, we understand it. This is a dummy notebook we created, it's not required for us now. Let me go back to our actual activity. I am going back to the actual activity. There we imported, these two things are not required, right? Let me delete it. Notebook one, I don't want it. Let's go and try to remove this. There is a delete option, we are removing it. And notebook 2 also we don't want it. Just now it's created, looks like. I am deleting that also. Now we imported two notebooks, we imported. Inside that one, whatever code is available, we'll understand that code and we'll continue with that one. So first one we have here that's called as creating the delta tables. Okay, here we'll notice some settings we are doing it. This session is a PySpark session. In this session, we are doing some settings, we are doing it. V-order is the way it is going to organize the data inside the Parquet file. It's going to be controlled. Okay, V-order is related to the performance tuning. And by default, it is noticed or not, any one table, any one delta table, if you go and try to see the details of the table, you'll see the V-order is equal to true, we are going to see it. V-order is equal to true, we are going to see it. For example, we have the DPT, not here. Again, we have to go back to the LakeHouse, we have to go. Let's say I'm going back to the LakeHouse. The LakeHouse, let's say I'm expanding this one, then DPT we are going, then we are going for view files. Then the view files, there is a delta log is available. Inside the delta log, if you go for any one JSON file, if you go and observe, there is a V order will be available. V order will be available. The V order is equal to what is going on by default? True.
True.
Now, if anyone asks here, what is V order? What is V order? Then we should be in a position to explain a couple of points. Okay. So right here, Parquet file, V order purpose. Okay. Parquet file, V order purpose. Now you can see Parquet is a columnar storage format optimized for analytical workloads, blah, blah. Now V order we are looking. Except that remaining all things is given. What is V order? Okay. Here you can see it's giving here a meaning vectorized ordering, a term sometimes used to optimizing. What is the purpose of this one we are using? Optimization context, we are trying to use it. Okay, meaning how data is ordered for better processing in analytical engines. Okay, it's going to organize the data in a proper way. People came with the SQL background, let us say. They know something concept is available like, okay, indexing available, partitioning is available, right? Okay, we have the hash partitioning and we have the Robin partitioning. Okay, and we have the replication partitioning, replication partitions in Azure Synapse, for example. Azure Synapse. Partitions. partitions in Azure Synapse. Then there are three partitions only we have it, that's called as something as distribution partitioning. Okay, that is useful to improve these all three methods are improving the performance only. Then second we have here like this, we are going to write here as distribution. Then we have something called as round robin distribution is available. Then something called as we have here replicated distribution is available. All these three things major purpose is to improve the performance. Okay, what is the purpose? Optimization. What is the purpose? Optimization. Similar to that one, in the Parquet file, to get the data properly, we are going to enable vorder is equal to true. We are trying to enable it, that is going to improve the performance. Then one more thing is available, optimized write. Okay, this also for the performance purpose only, but whenever it is writing the data, right? This is whenever we are reading the data, this is useful. This is whenever we are writing the data in a compact way, it is going to write it. Something like 1 GB data we are writing in the Parquet file means is going to be 20 MB. Yesterday we observed 2.6 GB data in the Parquet file, it is in the MBs only it is came, right? That is going to be taken care by this part. So these two parameters, generally we are going to make it as true. One is for to make the performance improvement whenever you are reading it properly. One is to write in a optimized way, you want to write it, it's going to do that one. Take these two parameters today, okay, and take some chat GPT kind of thing, put it and try to explore more. Okay, explain these two in detail level with some data example. Okay, now it's going to explain for you, okay, what it does exactly, vorder means what, and what it is going to do inside this one. Better compression, faster queries, improve the predicted push down. Okay, example also it is given here how we can use this one. For example, some data we are writing here, okay, and whenever we are writing this one, it is going to use here in the concept here vorder test. Anyhow, we enable this vorder, we already enabled. If we are keeping here first is what? False we are keeping and we are trying to write here. Then second time we are keeping it true and we are writing this one. And what is the difference we are trying to observe. Then next is available second, enabled means what? Those things. End of the day, one is for reading optimization, one is for writing optimization. Bunch of information is available in the Google. You try to make these two parameters, purpose is what you try to read about it. Now next we have here, I want to get this kind of question clarified. What is the question I have is sales, I want it by date and city. Okay, date wise, city wise, what is the sales numbers? Suppose today we have the February 26. Now I am in Seattle. Then what is the sales number? So we want three columns we are expecting here. One column is date column, second column is city column, third column is what is the sales amount. That's what I'm expecting. Different people will write in a different ways. Already we decided we are going to write only two languages. One language is what? SQL. Second language is what? Python language. People who are good with the Python, yes, go and try to write this kind of thing. Okay, then we'll able to answer it. People who are good with the SQL, okay, no problem. Go and try to write here your SQL knowledge, use it and write it and answer the same kind of questions. Okay, let's try to see first thing, what we are doing exactly. What we are trying to say is df fact sales spark.read.table fact underscore sale, we are saying it. Sorry, we jumped somewhere. This is second one we opened. First one is where we jumped it. First one, we did not create the tables, right? We did not create the tables. Yeah, this one. Okay. This is the first one. So we are trying to create here first tables. Once you create the tables, reading will be second story. Let's say I want to create a table now, fact sales table. I want to create it. Okay, whenever we are creating the fact sales table, we are reading the data, a Parquet file, we are reading it, and we are loading the data from the location. That location you have to write it. This location, you may need to change it. You can see this comment line. What is the comment line? Change this path according to your lakehouse. This is the only change what you have to do it. Remaining all things are okay. And what we are doing in this line, we are importing whatever functions you wanted. Those all functions we are importing it. Here COL call is a one function. By year is a one function. Month is a one function. Quarter is a one function and all. Then we are defining a variable. What type of variable it is? String variable. We are defining a string variable. We are defining it. Now we are trying to read here fact sales corresponding file. We are trying to read it. That means this is the what we are reading it. Okay, we are going to the fact sales 1 year full. We are reading it. It is a full and the Parquet and wide world importers DW. We are reading it, and this is the folder name. This is the same thing is available or not. Go and try to verify first. I am expanding these files. Left side we have here. This is not the lakehouse, right? Our lakehouse is different. Let me select here our lakehouse. Let me select here lakehouse. Click on the lakehouses. Then additional lakehouse without schema. Our lakehouse is the lakehouse. Then click on add. Now I have here two lakehouses are available here now. You can notice if you click on this button, we have this button. If you click on this one, you can notice we have two things. Out of these two things, which one is pinned? There is a pin symbol we are able to observe, right?
Yes.
The pin meaning here default. Suppose if I go and try to say simply, hey, go and try to read the select star from EMP, I am saying it. I did not prefix any lakehouse name. Then by default, it will go and try to get the data from where?
Pinned one.
Default lakehouse. Now time being, I want to make everything as a default. Go and try to click on this one. You can see the tooltip. What is the tooltip? It's saying
Set as
set as
default to
default
a
lakehouse.
lakehouse.
Now I am trying to click on this one. Now you can notice the pin symbol is changed from this position to this position. It changed. So now your lakehouse is default lakehouse. That means I'm going to read from your lakehouse. I'm going to read it. Okay. Let us observe your lakehouse path. I'm expanding the files. Then I'm expanding the data. Then we have something like this. Whatever we have the number and whatever we have the number, is it same? No. After the files, we are seeing something. This is the number. This number and this number is same? No. So go and try to copy this. Let's try to rename it. Then Control A, Control C, cancel it and paste here. Or if you want user-friendly name you want to put it, you can rename this also if you want. Okay, as of now, whatever available over there, that as it is, we are going and we are trying to change it. I changed it. So whatever available here, the same thing you have to make sure. And also looks like after the files, directly we are reading. But in our case, after files, what is available?
This data.
Data. Go and try to correct that also. Files, then DATA data and try to correct it. That's it. That is the only change what you have to do. After data, now we observe remaining things may be same. You can notice wide world DW. If you expand this one, that will be there. Okay. Then after that, what is expecting? Parquet is expecting. If you expand this one, it will be there. After Parquet, what is expecting? Full. If you expand the Parquet, then you can observe the full. After the full, what is expecting? After the full, it's expecting fact sales 1 year full. That is also available here. Fact sales 1 year full is available. Now, this folder, whatever available, inside the folder, there are bunch of files. 1, 2, 3, n number of files are available. N number of files are available. All these files we are trying to read it here. Because we did not specify here file name. We specified what? Folder name. this folder name is specified. That means inside this folder, whatever files are available, all the files is going to read it. Got my point?
Yeah.
Okay. Now it's trying to read that one. Once it is read it, we're also calculating some column. Okay, we are calculating one new column. The new column name is called as year column. And this year column we're extracting from this invoice date key is available. From the invoice date key, we're extracting the year and we're creating one column. Then we're creating one more column quarter. We're creating one more column month. Once you created these all things, we're writing these all things as a delta table. We're writing it. While we're writing year also, we're doing the partitioning we're doing based on year as well as quarter. Why we are doing partitioning? So that performance will be improved. Then we are storing this one inside the tables DBO table name. As of now, if you observe in our case, tables we have it. Under the tables, even I don't have here DBO, directly these tables are created. But in my case, I am expecting here this to be created under where? DBO, then followed by table name. What table name we given? Fact sales. If I go and try to execute this code as it is like this now, this will be created under this one, it will be created. Is this code is clear? What each line is doing? Is it clear or you want any line explanation required?
Sorry to say that. DF, what does it do? DF?
That is a one object name. You can put any name, you can put it. Why you kept DF wantedly is DF stands for data frame.
Okay.
Okay, any name you can put it here. DF stands for data frame. So the way you read here like this, right? The resultant result we are going to say as a DF.
Okay.
Yeah. Even if you put my cursor also here, it's showing as a one variable DF. This is a data frame variable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a data frame. And once you create the data frame, I want extra columns. I want it. The extra column is year column. From invoice date key, we're extracting the year part. Again, from invoice date key, we're extracting the quarter part. Invoice date key, we're extracting the month part, and we're keeping it.
So is DF a variable or something similar to that?
It's a variable, but type of variable is data frame. Previous one is
Okay.
a is equal 10. A is a variable, but type of variable is integer.
Integer, yeah.
Yeah. Generally, we'll call this data frame is equal to table in our general language.
Oh,
But in the Python language, it is a data frame. Python, Scala, R languages, these all latest things, whatever we have, right? We used to call it as a data frame. It is equal to the table. For example, if you go to the Pandas website, and the Pandas website, let's say we have here getting started. The getting started, if you see the first tutorial here, the first tutorial itself, they'll be calling it as a data frame. Now it's showing as data frame in Pandas, it is equal to data table is called as what?
Data frame.
Data frame. So like table has the rows and column, right? Similarly, our data frame also has row and columns.
Okay.
Okay. Now, and once you create it, we are trying to create the extra columns we are creating in each line. Wow, beautiful. Now it's created. Once its creation is completed, let's try to verify a table is created or not. Click on these three dots, then refresh. Now we can notice there should be, no, it's not created. Refresh. Under undefined, it's created DBO, then fact sales, then fact sales table. Yeah, it's created here. You can see DBO. Let me keep this as refresh once again. Now DBO, why it's created year is equal to 2000? Because first partition we written on what?
Here.
Year. Under the year 2000, looks like only 1 year data we have it. That is acceptable. I said already in my sample data, only 1 year data is available. That is the reason only one partition is created. Suppose if I have 3 years data, then it's going to write here year is equal to 2000, year is equal to 2001, year is equal to 2002, like that it's going to write it. Under each year below, we'll be seeing the quarter. Quarter is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Why? Because after a year, we are partitioning what?
Quarter.
Based on the quarter. That's what below the quarter, we may see the actual data we're going to see. If we click on the quarter one, then quarter one below, we have some kind of one partition. One Parquet file is available. Quarter two has one more partition. Quarter three has one more part. Actual data is available inside these partitions. Got my point?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now, today what you have to do is, people, we have some kind of confusions here. I request you people to go to this website, datahexa.com website. Whatever code I am showing, that code is, yes, it is tough to understand at this point of time. People who did not come across my Python classes, then it is really tough to understand. So go here. Here I explained about, okay, what do you mean by data types? Start from here. Okay.
ఇంకా
Then
స్టార్ట్
it's going,
పవర్ బి
yes, please go on
6:30
mute.
ఇది డేటా ఇంకా స్టార్ట్ అవ్వలేదు
Basic data types,
జాయిన్ అవ్వలేదు అదే యూఆర్ఎల్
then,
ఇంకా అవ్వలేదు ఆ క్లాస్
typecasting, then you can observe the list, then you can see the tuples. Here you can observe the dictionaries. Even if you go like this, we have we have the data frame concept also available. You can see the filter data frame we have, right? Try to prepare for this one. Okay, it is free only. You can go on, you can listen this one, so that Python at least basic level you'll able to understand. Once you're good with the Python basic level, then actually what is happening here, you'll be able to understand it. Got it?
Okay.
Okay. So this code is very simple code. All we are doing is importing some required functions we are importing, and we defined one string variable, we defined it. We read all the Parquet files, whatever available in this location, we read it, and we created the data frame. On top of the data frame, we create one extra column called as year, one more extra column quarter, one more extra column month, 3 extra columns we created. Once we created, we're all writing these all things into the delta table. For performance improvement purpose, we're partitioning this data into year and quarter, both we are considering, and we're partitioning it. And we're storing into the tables DBO, we're storing it. That's the reason we got the partitions also, accordingly we got it. If you see under the DBO, under the fact sales, we're seeing partitions like that, we're able to see it, right?
Yes.
Today you spend some time. Once you are clear, tomorrow I'll go for this code also. Okay.
So why that unidentified has come actually? Doesn't have any name.
No. Unidentified should not come because DBO schema, it's not available, looks like. That's what it came. First I need to create the schema, then I need to do this.
Yeah.
But I did not do that one, right? That's the reason it's showing as unidentified.
Okay.
One more line of code I have to write. Generally, let me show you one more package for this. Generally, how we are expecting is, let me go to the workspace, then master workspace, no, workspaces, then master workspace. Now, if you see here also, I have some LakeHouse to show it. Then ideally it has to come something like that. DBO, under DBO, I should see the fact cell something like this.
Yeah.
Looks like in our case, I did not create the schema. That's what it's showing under the undefined, it's showing it. Okay.
Okay.
We will fix that also tomorrow. We'll fix it. So by tomorrow, try to read how many videos possible, that many videos from Python basic level, try to listen it. Okay. Thank Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll meet tomorrow. I'm giving this link also in the chat. Okay. So more you need to work, sir, actually, than depending on me, more you need to work because this, as you know, data engineering is big syllabus. Okay. Everything explaining is bit tough because we have a lot of skills, right? So if I given some homework means at least 70-60% you have to complete it. 100% you're not completing also it's okay. 60-70 you're completing, then we can able to understand my classes perfectly. Thank you.
Ram, could you please send us today's recording and yesterday's?
No, everything I'm adding to this playlist, right? Yesterday I shared some playlist. This playlist.
Yeah, so it's there.
It is there here. Till yesterday it is there. Today video, it may not be there. Okay.
Yesterday's is there.
Yeah. Till yesterday it is there. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. We're able to see, right?
Yeah, okay.
You're going to get fifth also. You're going to get it after a few minutes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Give me 2 minutes. I'll start other class.